Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So the tenure, 3715, right? So, just, as you see from the chart, if you watch this at all, you can see that it's since 2 Thursdays ago, rates have just, or the tenure has just continually tracked up and interest rate has followed it, but incrementally, right? So 3715 is where we ended the day, and the next economic news that's coming out that I think could potentially have a little bit of an impact. I don't think it's going to be huge, but maybe stem the increases is going to be on Thursday. We have initial jobless claims, and then on Friday we have durable goods. So both of those, I think, once you hear the number, what the expectation is, what it comes in at, both have could have a negative or a positive impact on the 10-year Treasury, i.e. interest rate. So we'll see what happens for the remainder of the week and take it from there. Today's message, I'm working from the home office. First, Jim as usual, to the office, get to the office. Internet's not working. Had a cup of coffee, sat out, looked at the Atlanta skyline and said, hey, you know what, team? Let's wrap it up. Let's get home and have a productive day from home where we know the internet, hopefully on a good day, your home internet's working, right? So anyways, it did for all of us. So that's that. So today, a couple of conversations, right? Didn't really know what I was going to talk about, and then finished the day with a 35-minute conversation with a client that called up, referred, says, hey, hey, this is Jeff. Hey, this is so-and-so. You came highly recommended from so-and-so. And I was like, I love it when we come highly recommended. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, right? Lays out her situation, right? And at the end of the day, she says, here's where my problem is, right? Here's my problem. And this is why I can't buy a home. And I said, okay, that sounds good. Tell me what your goals are, right? Tell me what your goals are. Where do you live? Where do you live now? What do you do for a living? Tell me about da-da-da-da-da. Turns out she actually owns another home that she's been renting out for a decade, right? And hasn't owned a home since, right? So we, started to explore what her hurdles are, and some of it is debt and some other things, and she thinks credit score might have a little bit of stuff, but it's not bad. And by the time we're done, 35 minutes later, verbally, we have a plan. I'm like, look, here's the plan, right? If I understand your goals, and don't allow me to accelerate your timing either, by the way, because I said, you might find out you're more ready than you thought you were. But again, if your timing is your timing, I'm not here to accelerate that. I'm not here to say, hey, I know you wanted your new home in the beginning of 2024, let's do it now. If 2024 is your number, let it be your number. But we can have you prepared and probably ready to buy a home and a plan in place. I said, I always love to just leave you with what the light at the end of the tunnel is. I love the light at the end of the tunnel. I love the path, to develop the path. There's the light. Now let's go. And here's what that timeline looks like. So she's doing an application this evening, and we're gonna see if everything we talked about, whether we can pull it all together the way I feel we can. It looked like we went from, hey, I don't know, it might be a year or two. That's where it was. I might be a year or two. And I'm like, do you want to wait a year or two? Well, I want to really just wait till 2024. At the end of the conversation, I was like, you might be ready to buy a home next week. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I had another conversation with the client, right? One of our top referral partners called and said, hey, Jeff, so-and-so filled out an application. I said, yeah, I opened it and I had some questions and hung up the phone, and right behind that, the client calls, right? And we started having this conversation. Hey, Jeff, we uploaded all your docs. Did you look at them? Did you get everything? Did we send everything we needed? I said, well, slow down a second. What is it I can do for you? What do you need from me, right? What do you need from me? Well, we're just looking for the best interest rate. Okay, well, I don't need a lot of documents to give you the best interest rate, right? I need your credit score. I need to probably look at your income to make sure you actually income qualify. Everything else you sent was great, but I definitely need to call you back and say, hey, I need this, and this. I got what I need probably if we're just talking about rate. But hey, I also understand you've been pre-approved or pre-qualified with 2 other lenders. So what does that look like? Well, they gave me this rate and they gave me this rate. So, okay, well, did they explain it? No. Well, no. I said, well, yeah, let's talk a little bit, right? So tell me what your goals are. I always go back to what your goals are. Tell me what your goal is, right? Tell me what your mortgage payment goal is. Tell me what your purchase price goal is. Tell me what your timing is, and tell me what you do. Tell me what your family looks like. Tell me, just let me get to know you a little bit, and then let's talk about this, right? And hey, the number they threw out, the rates were kind of all over the place. Because, well, one of them, just every time I talk to her, the rate changes. I said, well, rates do change every day. So she's probably more accurate than the one that said, a week ago, here's your rate, and then has never left that rate, right? So I said, if you're working with us, every time we send you a new closing cost worksheet based on the day's rate, it can be better, it could be worse, it could be up, it could be down, it could be what it is, but it does change. It could potentially change every day, all day long. So I say, that's what we say to people, right? But by the end of the time, we talked about secondary markets, we talked about loan programs, we talked about down payments, and we're only into this thing pretty quick. I was talking quick probably. She goes, I've learned more from you in the last 10 minutes than I learned from these other two lenders in a week or two that I've been talking to them. And I'm grateful. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for breaking rate down, secondary markets, loan programs, what our options are. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and fill out the app. Well, the application's already filled out. We're going to go ahead and get to the rest of our documentation. And I said, great, we'll break all that down. Do you have a property in mind? Yes, we do. Great. Send me that address, or I can get it from our referral partner, and we'll make our closing cost worksheet and our pre-qualification what we call property specific, where we're going to look up the taxes on the tax assessor site and take good care of these people. So anyways, that's it. Look, mortgage questions, 404-915-6834 or glickmortgage.com. Have a great evening. Take care.